time to get an update on the news now, and we're going to do that with our Monday reporter, Angela Chung. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning.
Getting in the Christmas mood with your green dress and...
I am. Did you enjoy the first snow?
I think the first snow was before, but it kind of came and went and not a lot of people saw it. But yes, I did. From the safety of my own home, though, because I haven't been so graceful and coordinated these days, so I didn't want to chance another fall. But yeah, did you enjoy it too?
Yeah, I was home just drinking hot chocolate, listening to Christmas carols.
Well done.
Yeah, just home.
Yeah.
Stayed warm.
A little early, right? We were hoping maybe for a white Christmas, but who knows? Maybe you will get into the sprinkling as well.
Yes.
Actually, we'll get to that story in just a bit. But first, let's start with some COVID-19 related news. Next year will mark the third year of the pandemic, so it really has been going on for much longer than we thought and hoped for as well. But, we are tired of it, and a lot of people have been suffering, but I can't imagine how we would have been without our very, very hardworking and devoted medical staff who are working on the front lines, taking care of us. But many of them are really having a hard time now that's going into the third year, right?
That's right. I started hearing this in the United States and then even in Korea, some of my friends. Medical staff are no doubt the biggest contributor to keep things from worsening. And as the pandemic is about to reach its third year, some of them went off course. With the number of severe virus cases hitting record high in recent weeks, 8 public hospitals in Seoul are suffering from 20% shortage in nurses. And concerns are raised whether medical staff are having medical burnout, considering they have worked overtime up to 40 hours a month and received low allowance compared to those who work at COVID-19 residential treatment centers.
Right. It's very unfortunate that we're seeing this exodus of especially nurses when it comes to this prolonged pandemic. But so give us some facts and numbers.
Yes, according to the data submitted by a lawmaker, Han Byun-do, on medical staff shortages in public hospitals in Seoul, in 2018, before COVID, Medical Center, Children's Hospital, Seobuk, Eunpyeong, Borame, Dongbuk, Bukbu, and Sonam Hospital, there was a shortage of 37 medical staff. However, last year, the number surged to 66 in 2019 and 97 in 2020, and even reached 172 in November this year, which is up by 77% compared to 2018. This shortage was particularly severe among nurses who worked in Seoul Medical Center, which is operating under the Seoul city government. They're currently lacking 123 nurses this year, up from 33 in 2019 and 48 last year. The number of nurses who quit also surged to 134 this year.
Now, as you mentioned, one of the reasons why they may be quitting is because of the excessive overtime work, right? And a lot of these hospitals that they're working out, they're sort of the 전담, Corona 전담 병원.
That's right.
So they are kind of dedicated to this, and that exposes them to more risk as well.
Yes, the average number of overtime work hour is 15.5 hours per nurse, doubling last year's 8.2 hours. The number of overtime work was the highest in Children's Hospital at 42.1 hours per month, followed by Eunpyeong, Dongbu, and Seoul Medical Center. So literally, the hospitals are grinding their staff into extreme overwork. And low yearly allowance granted to the staff is another cause of trend. If you and your coworker work for the same hospital, but if you work in the hospital and if your colleague works in the residential treatment center as a seconded nurse, your colleague receives a lot higher. So the medical staff at Seoul Medical Center, they get an average allowance of 1.22 million won, but those working at the treatment center as a second staff, they get 3.44 million won. And for medical staff at Borame Hospital, those working at the hospital get 1.37 million won, while those that working at the residential treatment center, they receive 8.24 million won. So most of the above mentioned hospitals, except Dongbu, a huge allowance gap exists right now.
Right. It seems like something that needs to be addressed very urgently as well. Let's now move on to our next item. It's about Korean pop culture. Now, it had been highly anticipated. We're talking about a K-drama that made its debut this past weekend.
So much attention has been paid attention to this drama on air titled Snowdrop, Seol Ganghwa in Korean. But unfortunately, negative opinions are brewing to a significant degree after the first episode was aired. One viewer posted a public petition calling for the cancellation of the drama immediately, and 100,000 people joined the petition. And even before the latest petition, another one had been made calling for its cancellation, which drew 200,000 people.
So, like you say, a huge response even before the first episode aired this weekend. Why is this?
So the petitioner argued even before the drama got on air because its pre-release synopsis stirred controversy as some parts of the story undervalued the Korean pro-democracy movement. For those who might not have watched it, in the first episode, a female character saved a male who's a spy, misunderstanding he was involved in the democratic movement. And also, the petitioner said when the spy character was being chased by someone from the National Intelligence Service, the song 소라 소라 푸른 소라 was playing in the background. And actually, this song is in fact used for Korea's pro-democracy movement. So it's inappropriate to sort of link the democracy with the such scene. So this drama is available on an OTT application globally, so it could give a misperception on the Korean history to foreign viewers.
And the production team, what's their response to this?
So the production team of the drama Snowdrop said they have no such intent and there was no part at all in the entire synopsis where two main characters are directly leading or participating in a democratic movement.
All right, so only the first episode has been out. Let's see how that goes. And the last one related to the weather, as we said, we had a kind of a meaty white Christmas here. What's the latest on the weather front?
So snow is likely, but only for some regions on the Christmas, such as Yeongdong and Gangwon on the 25th. And there could be some rain or snow in South Jeolla and Jeju on the next day, the 26th. Daeseol, like we said, a day of the heavy snowfall of this year has already passed, and there will be milder weather throughout this week.
Right, I've noticed that it's pretty mild today as well, right? The temperatures are going to go up pretty high?
Yes, today the day temperature will be high as 10 degrees Celsius, which is milder compared to previous years. But the colder weather will be coming back around the Christmas.
All right, so maybe not a white Christmas for all, but we will be having a nice cold Christmas.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Angela. Have a
Thank
great week.
you. You
We'll see
too.
you on Friday.
See you on Friday.
Okay.